Hello, my lovely little titans. Welcome to another weekly hangout. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you had a really good week. Mine was pretty good, very uneventful, which is par for the course, not a bad thing either. I see a mosquito that is going to die if it gets closer. So if you see me doing this, of course you're doing. Ah, fuck. Well, I didn't hit it hard enough. It was on my work computer. Hello, Wally. Hi, Ash. I was talking about a mosquito that I see flying around because it's that time of year again. I already been bit a couple times. I don't like seeing them fly around my house. It's going good, Wally. How are you doing? Oh, that's awesome, Ash. Tell me all about it if you want. Oh, please don't tell me we're having issues already. I don't know why I stay on the Wi-Fi when I do this. Sounds like fun. Sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, that's so sweet, Ash. I hope I got the little bugger. I was killing a mosquito. Well, not really fun if you have to deal with the aftermath. Well, fair enough. I mean, obviously, you haven't been here during Cinco de Mayo or St. Patrick's Day. Especially, oh God. St. Patrick's Day in Chicago is a completely different story. I lived there for a little bit during that time, and oh my God, the stuff that you would hear on the news of what people did. It's like, Jesus, it's one day. It's one fucking holiday, and y'all should not be acting like this. Yeah, I had so much fun. It was just close family and two best friends. It was perfect. That's amazing. That's wonderful, Ash. I'm so glad to hear that. And I'm so glad it was what you wanted. That's the biggest, most important part, is it was exactly what you wanted. I hate hearing stories of people being boloed by others because that's what somebody else wanted for them, not what they wanted or whatever. But I'm so glad you got what you wanted. That's freaking awesome, Ash. Hello, Kaylin. How are you? Can't help but get wasted. Yep. Humans will take any excuse, honestly. I mean, most people act that way and they just are celebrating the fact it's Friday. Or celebrating the fact it's Wednesday. Whatever. My mom made it very late. Extreme for me. That's awesome. Hey, she made you a nice drink and gave you the party she wanted. That's really nice. That's a lot more than some people get. And I think it's awesome that your mom did that for you and respected your wishes. I think I told you guys about my 21st birthday. I can't remember. But mine was at a restaurant that I really liked. It was me, my family, which consisted of my parents, was my sister still with us? Yeah, my sister's still with us because her husband was a basic. But it was No, she wasn't there. No, she wasn't there. I'm getting times mixed up. She wasn't there. It was a year later. She was off with her husband. But it was me, my parents, my youngest sibling, my boyfriend at the time, and his family. And we went to a really nice restaurant that I liked. I got to order. Oh, and my uncle was there. My uncle was there. For some reason, I forgot my uncle was there. But anyway, I ordered a glass of wine and had a really nice dinner. And then we had cake and everything at home. And it was just very nice and lovely. So that was my 21st birthday. Nothing crazy. I don't really think that when you turn 21, you should really do a bar crawl or anything like that. Because it just, they're just, if it's your first time being out drinking, doing a bar crawl your first night, not the best idea. From what I've heard, I've never done a bar crawl. I've actually only ever been drunk once in my entire life. Did not like it, would not recommend. But yeah, the number of people that do bar crawls and stuff when they turn 21 is nuts. And then they're surprised the next day when they feel like shit. It's like, yeah, you're not used to drinking copious amounts of alcohol like that. Does sound good. It was a nice, I like low-key birthdays like that. I hate parties. Like, I think they're great in theory, and they're great for other people. They're just not great for me. Same reason. Right? Yeah, being drunk was once in a lifetime experience I don't wish to repeat. Getting that little buzz, fine. Getting past that, nope, not at all. Yeah, not a party person. Because we just drink to enjoy it. Exactly. Like, drink to enjoy. You don't need to get drunk. It doesn't have to get that far. It really doesn't. And a lot of people do, and it's kind of frustrating because it's like, do you really enjoy this feeling? Do you really like enjoy feeling completely out of control of yourself? I don't get it. That has never appealed to me. That didn't appeal to me the one and only time I did it. I still remember what it feels like. I'm like, no, nope, And back to the party thing, I hate having attention all on me. It makes me feel very overwhelmed and overstimulated and just like I can't think. So I shut down. So parties for me, not a great idea. Low-key parties are okay if they're people I know and like I've approved it beforehand and I know what to expect, but I can't do big parties. Even if I know about them, like I can't do it. Can't do it at all. I can go to other people's parties, that's fine. The attention's not on me. But if it's somebody else's, like if it's mine, nope, not at all. Will not do it. Some people just can't help themselves. It's probably an escape. You're probably not wrong. I forget that that's a thing for people. I don't know why I forget that that's a thing for people. It's like one of the number one issues in my country anyway. Maybe in others, I don't know. I am not going to speak for other countries, but for my country, yeah, that's a big problem. Yeah, my mom got the strawberry mixed with very little alcohol, mixed with 7-Up and combined it with it. Oh, that's good. See, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to get completely wasted. Like, your mom made a very good drink for you. I mean, it's got a little bit of alcohol in it, but it's mixed with other things so you can sip and enjoy it. That's what it's meant to be. Anything else is just like too much. Way too much. So I'll tell you this story, and I'm not going to go into explicit detail, of the one and only time I got super drunk. I was out with my boyfriend at the time and his friends. I can't remember if it was somebody's birthday or what. No, it was somebody's birthday. Can't remember whose though. I just remember we were celebrating. These guys like to drink. Not my favorite. Not my favorite pastime, but whatever. So we went and we did their one and only physical activity they like to do, which I'm not going to get into, otherwise it would name them, and I'm not going to name names. We did that, and then after that, we went to a restaurant that the birthday person wanted, and I hadn't eaten all day, because for whatever fucking reason, these people like to drink, but they didn't like to eat. And they wouldn't get any kind of like snacks or appetizers while they were drinking. They just drank, and that was it. And I'm like, fuck. Why can't I eat? So I hadn't eaten all day, and I wanted to drink because I was really thirsty, and I just wanted something. So I got a drink, that ended up being this tall, about that wide around the glass. The glass was about that wide, shaped like that. And I think it was called a hurricane or something, ironically. It was a hurricane of a drink. It was a very bad drink. It was like 6 different types of vodka all mixed together to make some kind of tropical flavor. And I drank that. I chugged that because I was thirsty. I had not had anything hardly all day, and I hadn't eaten. And I forgot the cardinal rule of drinking, which is you need to fucking eat. So I drank this, and I had some... There was like an appetizer thing that they finally fucking got at this restaurant. I had a couple of those to try to absorb the alcohol. Did not work. I was very drunk very fast, and I did not like it. I don't know, Wally. Like, that drove me nuts. That was always like, they would rather drink than eat, and if you ate, they made you feel bad. And I never got that. Like, they would bitch at you for eating. Ooh, nice. But anyway, so I was drunk, and we finally sat down to eat, and I didn't want to eat like the food they had, because the food they had was mostly just like, it was like some kind of knockoff Louisiana food. It wasn't real NOLA food. It wasn't real New Orleans cuisine. It was like knockoff, and it was terrible. And it had mainly shrimp, and I'm allergic to shrimp, so I just didn't eat anything. I think I got I got an order of beignets, because that's relevant to the story. I got an order of beignets. That was all I ate. And I remember picking up a beignet, taking a bite, and as I'm taking a bite, somebody said something funny, and it made me laugh, and I exhaled. I can't remember where, like my nose or my mouth or something, but powdered sugar off the beignet went everywhere. It looked like an explosion. I remember that. And I'm like, I felt so bad because there were people sitting across from me, so I just blew powdered sugar all over them and their food. I'm like, I don't even know anymore. I do remember I stood up to go to the washroom, and I'm wearing heels. I can't remember why I thought heels was a good idea, but I was wearing heels. No, I remember because I like heels. But anyway, I was wearing high heels, and I'm walking, and I have to walk across the room. And I'm standing up, and I am not feeling good. Like, I remember feeling like the entire world was off. And I'm like, okay, now I see why people can't walk a straight fucking line. And so I made myself walk a straight line. Like, I told myself, I'm like, you are not going to make an ass of yourself in heels walking to the washroom. You are going to do it, and you're going to do it looking dignified. And I think I did it because I didn't hit anybody. I didn't hit a chair. I didn't trip. I didn't stumble. I didn't do anything stupid. And then I stood in the bathroom for a few minutes trying to continue to sober up. Like, I splashed water on my face. I couldn't. And then when I came back, I was doing the same thing. I was making sure I wasn't stumbling, hitting anybody, and that was with the doubt. Like, when I was in the washroom, that was when I decided I will never drink like that again. I will never do that again. And to this day, I have not ever been that drunk again. And even though it was off of one drink, that was still enough to tell me I don't want to do that. So, yeah, I don't know why, but I just did not like the feeling of not being in control of my body. And I just was like, no, I'm not going to let some substance control my body. So I just decided never to get drunk again like that. I've been buzzed since, and I mean buzzed like very lightly. But that's it. I didn't get that. I haven't been where the world is off kilter or anything since then, which is really nice because I hated that feeling. But moral of the story is, if you're going to go out drinking, eat. And don't go out with a bunch of people who don't like to fucking eat while they drink. And if you do, just bite the bullet and order the food and eat. Okay? Just eat. You're not going to be seen as less of a person just because you can't handle alcohol without food. You need to eat. There's a reason people tell you to do that. There's a big fucking reason. But yeah, That was my one and only experience being drunk, which is kind of tough. Yeah, not eating but only drinking sounds like a little crime. It felt like it, dude. Like, I liked those people to a point, but the whole, oh, we're going to drink, but we're not going to make food, and we're not going to have food, and we're not going to order food, just drove me up the fucking wall. Because it's like, what the fuck? I don't drink. So what am I supposed to do? Just watch you people drink? That's weird. Let me have some food. And then they would actually give you shit for it because waiting for food took longer than their drinks, and they would only want to sit and drink and then go on to the next place. I'm like, I would like to eat. Thanks. I really didn't enjoy going out with them. A couple of them, yeah, but not really many of them. Never planned to drink much at all. I do ask me. That's fair. But again, I didn't know that drink that I got was going to be so heavy on alcohol. I thought, it'll be a mixed drink, kind of like a margarita, where you'll have some ice and stuff to break it up and make it a little more water than alcohol. No, this shit was straight alcohol, and I didn't know. So, as admirable as that is, you don't know how they make their drinks fully. So, always go for drinks you're familiar with, because then you can at least know what's in them. And if you notice that there's something different, you can be like, okay, well, I may only need one, or maybe I don't even need to finish this one. But don't go for anything you don't know. If I drink, what exactly is my favorite? I like bourbon and whiskey. If I do drink, I like bourbon and whiskey. My dad introduced me to this thing called bourbon cream, which is like a mix, like, I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of Kahlua and cream, which is Kahlua liqueur with like half and half or milk or something. But that's essentially the same thing, but with bourbon. And I love that. That one's my favorite, but I will drink bourbon, and I'll drink whiskey, and I'll drink mead sometimes too, if I can find a good one. But that's what I like. That's my go-to. I'm not going to encourage anybody to drink, especially underage, but you asked. You have great taste, a good shot of whiskey is heavenly, but only one time. Yes, definitely agree there. Yeah, I'll stay on the light fruity stuff because that's good. Like I said, though, make sure it's drinks you're familiar with, and then that way you'll know if something's off with it. Like if you like Cosmos and you know they're made a certain way, you can tell if they're made a little stronger or not. And when you make them at home, make them lighter for yourself. That way you can at least enjoy them more. Some people make mixed drinks at home and they're heavy. Like they're really heavy. It's like, why do you want to drink that much at home? Maybe like Wally said, it's just how they cope with life. Like, oh, I forget. Yeah, I do forget that's a thing, but damn, I wouldn't want to feel like that every day. Maybe some people do. I don't know. Everybody is different. But I'm not for YouTube, disclaimer, I'm not encouraging anybody to drink. Not at all. And I'm assuming Wally and Ash are, well, I know Ash is now over 21 and older. And this is not for not kids, but if your kids watching, I'm not responsible because I marked this as not for kids, but I'm not encouraging anybody to drink underage or to drink copious amounts. There we go. All right, I've had virgin margaritas before. Virgin margaritas can be really good. Virgin drinks can be really good. But it's like just having it's just like having a smoothie or something in a fancier glass, which is fine. Like sometimes you just want that. You want that combo, but you don't want the alcohol with it. I will say, Ash, if you ever get the chance, I don't know what your interests are, but I went to this Edgar Allan Poe speakeasy a couple of months ago. I can't remember. And it's basically a night where you sit and you listen to people recite and kind of act out Poe, and you drink. Like they have flights. They have a drink flight based on all like different Poe poems. And you can get them all virgin. I did. There was only one I didn't, and I sipped it slowly. It was the bourbon one. I'm like, I kind of want to taste the bourbon in this one, and it was really good. But that was the only one because you get like 5 drinks, and they all have alcohol in them. Very strong alcohol. But you can get them all virgin. Nobody gave you a hard time about it, which I really appreciated. And they were really tasty. Like my favorite of the virgin ones was this strawberry rose one. Oh, so good. They said it was watermelon, but it didn't taste like watermelon. It tasted like strawberry, or yeah, it tasted like strawberry. Absolutely wonderful. But I highly recommend if it ever pops up near you, because it's a pop-up event, go to it. It's great. Shandy's my personal favorite, but whiskey's also nice. Okay. Korean soju is amazing too. Never heard of that. Oh, I do like sake. I do like sake as well. Sometimes. There's some sake that's really, really too dry for me, and then there's some that's really too sweet. But, you know, I really like sake. I like whiskey, bourbon, sake, mead. Those are the 4 I like. Well, probably that sounds cool. Yeah, it was. I was not sure what to expect, but I had a great time. It was weird. It was held in a church. I was like, when I saw the address, I'm like, that's a church. That is a church. And you're having Poe in a church with alcohol. Like, this was wild to me. It was just, yeah, one of those things. I was just like, okay. Yeah, this is great. Soju is wine. It has lots of flavors. Okay, I'd have to try that. I don't mind wine, but I'm not a big wine drinker. Like, I'm not at the age where wine is appealing to me yet. I won't say no. Like, I've had it. I don't like it. And anybody who says, oh, you can taste the difference is like, it's like coffee. It doesn't taste all that different to me. It all just tastes dry, and like you need to have water to go with it because it's like not quenching any thirst. It makes you thirstier. That's just some weird anomaly of freaking wine. It's like you drink it and it makes you want to drink, like it makes you thirstier. But for me, it's like, I don't really want to drink more wine because it's going to make me thirstier. So I need to drink water or something to go with it so I can, you know, feel like I'm getting some kind of, like, something out of it. I don't know. It is weird. Wine is weird too. Lots of hearts. I love the hearts. It's so cute to see them float. Get water to it. Right, yeah. And I also think that's to help cut the alcohol so you don't get drunk as fast. But at the same time, it's like, I just need it to get through the one glass to feel like I got my thirst, like the thirst quenched. Something like, I don't get it. I must just be an odd person because I don't see the appeal of drinking as much as some people do. I don't see the appeal of certain types of alcohol that certain people do. Just like, I have my select few that I like, and I don't drink them all that much, so I enjoy them more, I guess, or I don't know. I don't know. Oh, and you guys will be glad to know I'm not watching any ID, investigative discovery, or murder, as I've been calling it. I'm watching Hell's Kitchen. Nine times out of 10, I'll probably just get soda. Yeah, that's, dude. I'm well over 21, and I think I've only ever ordered. I've only ever ordered alcohol in a restaurant twice, maybe. Gordon Ramsay Fantasy. Yes, I am. But only of the shows, not of really him. But anyway, the last time I ordered something was this month. It was my parents' anniversary, and it was a mixed bourbon drink. It was really, really good. I can't remember exactly what was in it. I know it was bourbon. No, was it bourbon or whiskey? One of the two. It was bourbon or whiskey. And it had pink peppercorns in it, and it was amazing, and I'm so glad I got it. But I didn't chug it. I sipped it, and I had it with my dinner. And after it was done, I was done. I didn't have any more. No, I didn't drive, but it was like, I had it. It was enjoyable. It was lovely. When it was done, and I had water afterwards. It was really good. But see, that, like, not getting it all the time means when I do get it, it feels more special, so I enjoy it more. So I really liked that. Would I go back and do that again? First off, that restaurant was expensive as hell, so probably not. If I ever did, I might learn how to make it at home or something. But if I ever went back to that restaurant, would I get that? That's a big maybe. Just because it's like, oh, I did it. Maybe you don't necessarily need to. I will say, though, what was really cool about that restaurant was when there are people that do that. That's what's concerning to me, is I know people who do chug bourbon, especially drinks with bourbon. But anyway, the really cool part of this restaurant was after I had had my alcoholic beverage and I was kind of over the water, it's like, I want a Coke. So I ordered a Coke. It didn't come in a typical glass. It came in a bottle, a glass bottle. And I'm like, this is so awesome. It's so dumb, but it was so funny. It was so cool. And it was because the whole theme of the restaurant, the whole vibe of the restaurant is like indoor camping kind of thing, like glamping kind of. So where we sat was in this tent enclosed space, and it had a really rustic table and camp chairs and stuff that kids ended up playing in, and all the food is like stuff you like fancy as fuck, stuff you could have like cooked over the campfire and everything, and your drink, like your soda came in a bottle, a glass bottle, and it was just so cool. I really enjoyed it. I really liked that restaurant. I would only go there on special occasions though, because like I said, it was expensive as fuck. I only ever go to those restaurants on very special occasions and only with like a lot of people. I think I've only ever been to a handful of restaurants like that in my life. And when I say handful, I literally mean like 5 or less. My mom taught me to always sip alcohol and eat plain food. Yes. Very good words. Very wise. And after you're done with your drink, have water. You're going to need it. Mm-hmm. It was weird to me. I was looking at like stuff on Pinterest, and some shirts and stuff came up, and I checked on, like, because they're cute, and I looked at them, and the price tag was like $500. I'm like, who the hell drops $500 on a shirt? Like, and who feels comfortable enough doing that? I certainly wouldn't. That's like half my paycheck on a shirt that I probably would never feel comfortable wearing in public, because I wouldn't want anything to happen to the $500 shirt. Oh, Latika. Or Latika. Sorry if I butchered your name, I apologize. But anyway, and then my sister and I were talking about like designer purses. Like, people drop multiple thousands of dollars on these purses, and they use them for everyday stuff. And my sister and I were like, yeah, we buy them and then never take them out of the velvet bag they came in. Like, they would sit as a display item or something. Like, we would never use it because we'd be too worried about getting it ruined or something, because we don't have the ability to replace it. Maybe that's why people who have that kind of money buy that kind of stuff, because they have the ability to buy it and then replace it if something happens. But I do not. I don't think, even if I ever got that type of money, I would ever feel comfortable doing that, because it's like, no, I'm going to buy one and treat it like it is the only one in the world, and that will be it. I couldn't. And shoes. People dropping hundreds of dollars on shoes just because it's a certain like what the fuck? Like, I've got $20 shoes that have lasted me for years. And these people are dropping the hundreds of that, like hundreds to thousands of dollars on shoes that they wear once. Holy crap, no. Like, fuck no. Fuck no. Yeah, next time I go to the mall, I'm gonna get splurge a little bit. I got my nice. No, that's good. That's fine. Splurge a little bit. Treat yourself. That's fine. Just don't drop that much money. People buy it for status, not to actually use it or. You're probably right. It's just damn. Even if I had that, I still wouldn't do that. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. Not even for my daughter, because it's like, why would I spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on kids' clothes when she's gonna outgrow them? Just buy decent clothes that are gonna last long enough for her to outgrow, and then move on. Drop a few $100s on an entire wardrobe, and then make sure it's quality so it doesn't fall apart, and there you go. That's it. It can last you a year to year and a half, and then you move on to the next group. That's it. It's that simple. I don't get how people can just spend copious amounts of money on ridiculous things. Could be some little cute Hot Topic bag any day. I have an Evie, one of you for 2 years, maybe back. Yeah, exactly. Like, I had a green purse that was like, I felt like it was too much. It was like $50, and I used it every day for like 4 years before it just fell apart. Like, it was just, strings were popping, holes were forming, stuff was coming apart, and I'm like, it's a good little bag. And I don't have a purse now. I actually do not use a purse. For reasons I'm not going to get into. At one point I was traveling a lot, and your purse counts as a personal item, and the personal item I wanted it to count as was my laptop bag. So I made the decision to go without a purse. I have a phone case that holds everything that would have been in my wallet, which would have been the sole purpose for a purse. So now I just travel around with my phone and my wallet together and no purse, and that's about it. Just to avoid the extra baggage fee or checking my, oh god, it would have been bad. It would have been bad. So, yeah. But it's like, I minimalized my essentials to that. If I had that much money, I still wouldn't buy a purse because I wouldn't use it. I have a couple of bags I don't use now that people spent money on. It's just, why? It's like, this hoodie is falling apart. I can't do much more to save it because the elastic is popping out of the fabric and there's big holes in it like that. And see, more holes just formed. But it's $50 to replace it, and I don't feel comfortable replacing it. But at the same time, I'm like, I've had this for a couple of years now. And I mean, it's really getting holy, guys. Like, I had to put the hood back on in 2 places. Yeah, in 2 places I had to put the hood back on. I've had to fix holes along with everything. But $50 for a hoodie is too much for me. So that's all good, Wally. It was nice to talk with you. I hope to see you next time. It's like for when I go to the mall or something else. I'm like, there you go. See. You get it, Ash. You get it. I think the one I used was $25 maybe. It was perfect size, holds my phone, wallet, pepper spray. Yes, there you go. It was funny. People always say you can tell what stage a woman is in life by the size of her purse. And it's like, yeah, you can, because when you're a young adult, your purse is pretty small because it just has to fit a few essential things. Then you become a mom, or you become like the mom friend, and your purse is bigger and you've got all sorts of things in there to take care of people. And that would be true for me if I had a purse. But I don't think I can go back to carrying a purse because I like just being able to grab my wallet and go. Having a purse all the time is just kind of, why? maybe I'll find a nice purse. Maybe I'll find a nice one that I actually like that I might use, but I don't know yet. Right now, I'm just cool with my wallet phone combo right now. It's pretty light and easy, and I don't have to worry about trekking it around through the store. But it is kind of annoying when I don't have a place to put things that my daughter might need if we're out and about. So who knows? The bigger one I got is a gift. Exactly. See? There you go. Practical. Like, I bought luggage and I waited a long time to buy luggage. I mean, I did comparisons. Do I need this much luggage? I did this and then that. And I got some good quality luggage, but I'm not going to get more. And then there's some people who are like, we have this huge ass train of luggage. And I'm like, why? You have all this luggage for all these clothes that you're not even going to wear. You're probably going to open one bag the entire time you're gone, pick out 4 outfits, and that's it. But you traveled with all this crap. I will say one splurge I want to do for myself is a new makeup box. Because my current one is nice, but I'm getting so much makeup that it's kind of not fitting well. And I just want a new one that's a little bit, more organized, a little bit bigger, have more storage spots that I can use. And I'm talking like for my cosplay stuff. Like, it's cosplay and normal makeup, but I'm like, I have a lot of it now, a lot more than I used to. And some of this stuff comes in big bottles. Some of this stuff is like awkwardly shaped, so it doesn't always fit nice. So I want that might be a splurge for my birthday or something, is a nice new makeup box. And I found one. It's really cute. It's like a rose gold color, and I want that. I'm like, I might get that for my birthday. I don't know. I don't know. I have a hard time spending things on myself for my birthday. Like, I have to sit down and like break down, like, how much can I get out of this? Like, when people send me gift cards and stuff, because I only ask for gift cards anymore. So I ask for gift cards, and I'm like, okay, I got this much for a gift card. I've got this much in gift cards. Let me break down how much I need, like what I want, how much I can get for the gift card, and I'm gonna get the best bang for my buck. And that hasn't always worked out, because sometimes I get crap, not knowing it's crap until I get it, and there's nothing I can do about it. But I don't, like, the day of my birthday, I don't like spend all the money. I like sit with it, and I'm like, okay, this is how much I have, and these are the items I want. Do I really want this? Do I really want that? I and haw a lot about it. And I'll go back and forth, and I might get rid of like half my list and start over again. It's really ridiculous. But then when my daughter gets stuff, I'm like, or when I'm buying stuff for my daughter, I'm like, oh, this thing is vaguely what she's interested in. Add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. I don't know why. I can spoil other people a lot easier than I can spoil myself. Like, I would sooner buy for other people than myself. Even if it's ridiculous stuff that I know they'll never need, but it reminds me of them, or it's like their interest, even though it may not be something they'd be super into. I don't know. But I like spoiling people. If you have the money in your life, do I really need this, or can I wait until this happens? Yep. Exactly. Like, even if I got like $1 billion, I'd still be like, okay, well, I've got this much money, but if I spend any, I'll have less. So let's make sure that this is going to be worth it. Hell, even $100,000, I'd be like, okay, well, this is a decent amount of money, but I'm not going to spend all of it. I would be meticulously breaking it down by the penny on what I was going to spend on, or save, or invest, or something. Like, I would get that money, and I would be like, okay, so much is going to my daughter's college fund, so much is going into my retirement account, so much is going into investments, so much is going into savings. And then when we get to the stuff I'm spending, I'm like, okay, well, I have a couple of things I need to pay off before I even think about that. And then I have essentials that I need for different things, so break that down and be like, well, I need to have, I need to buy this. Like these are needs. Wants come at the very end, and it's only like, do I really want it? I do have one weakness: Funko Pops. They're so cute. Even I only get one of the characters there. Yeah, I like Funko Pops. They are cute. Fortunately, they are also expensive. And even more unfortunate, they take up a lot of space. So I don't really buy Funko Pops. I've have a few, like you said, of my favorite series. But that's about it. I don't go further than that. I'm like, I have one of that. I have one of this. I don't buy each variation, or I don't try to complete a set because that just gets expensive. And it doesn't sound expensive until you are in it, and then you're like, oh no, that's a lot for just a few like action figures. No, thank you. Hello, Missy. How are you? But I totally get the Funko Pop thing. Like I have like I love figurines. I love puzzles. I love things to display. And it's like, do you need to think about this, because where are you going to put it when you're done? Where are you going to put it all when you're done? But my biggest problem, my biggest vice that I buy without really thinking about, well, I say that, but I have thought about it, but books. I love books. And I am slowly starting my library, but I do buy books, physical books, a lot. And I probably shouldn't. I mean, I have a small library going right now, and I have no bookcase. It's not a good deal. I don't ever book of the month club. It's really good. It's really fun. I like it. $17 a month, and each month you get a credit for a free book. You can save up your credits and get a bunch of free books, but you never pay hardcover prices, and they're all hardcover books. You can also get audiobooks and a bunch of other things that I don't bother with because I only like the hardcovers. Thank you, Missy. I have a few of the evolutions. I have 3 of my favorite My Hero characters. Kilala from Inuyasha, she's so cute. And I have Mitsuri from Demon Slayer. Nice! I can't even remember what Funko Pops I got to keep. I think they were just my older ones. I don't even remember anymore. They're all in storage right now. Everything's in storage right now while I'm living in my parents' RV. Like, I want to go over to my storage unit and just look and see what I have, because I have completely forgotten what I have. But at the same time, I'm like, no, you don't need to get into boxes that are already packed up, because if you ever are able to get out of here, then you don't really want to just pack up all those boxes again, because you're going to have enough to pack up here. Love Demon Slayer and My Hero. Nice. You have Tanjiro. Cool. Yeah, I tried to watch Demon Slayer. It's just another one I just didn't like. I don't know what I have to like what has to hook me for me to watch a series, but it was so much easier 10 years ago for me. Like, easily 10 years ago I could get into a series and watch it just fine, like even random shit. Now it's like, no, I'm not really gonna get into that. No, that really doesn't seem to interest me. It's kind of annoying because I really like anime. I just have a really hard time watching it now. Maybe because I feel like it's so... there's just so much and it's so overwhelming, and I'm just like, I don't know. The last one I watched, that was pretty long, I guess, was Free Run. I watched one that was on Netflix. It was the dungeon cooks one, where they cooked the monsters and stuff while they were going through the dungeons, which wasn't bad. It was funny, which was nice, and it didn't take itself too seriously. But the one that like you would be more mainstream that I watched was Free Run, which I really enjoyed, and I'm looking forward to season 2. But you know, it's not like it used to be. Where am I from? I'm from the US. Where are you from? And it's like I have a bunch on my to watch list. I have a lot on my to watch list that I just don't watch. And it's like I've thought about watching it from while I'm working and just have it on my laptop and going, but it's like, but I have to pay attention. Oh, Turkey, nice. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm just like, I want to watch more anime, but I don't have the time. I don't even have, I mean, I watch reruns of shows just because I'm like, I don't want to get invested and have to go do stuff. But I did start watching the Scott Pilgrim animated show. I don't even know if we call that an anime. I don't even know if it's classified as one. But they did an animated alternate Scott Pilgrim show, and I'm watching it. And that's really good. I've really enjoyed that. I'm like halfway through. Yeah, I'm about halfway through that series, and it's really good. It's hilarious. Like, it's got the original cast from the movie in it, and they are all just so extra. And the world that they're building is just so extra. And you learn about different things about Scott that you didn't know before. And it's just, it's funny. But I've also decided that Scott's a bit of a hobosexual, which is a term I've heard online of people who just get in relationships to then get a place to live. Which is kind of what I think about Scott when he's living with his friend. I can't remember his name. He's played by a McCulkin brother. I think it's Kieran McCulkin. Anyway, because he just kind of literally moves into his bed and has nothing there. He uses his friend's stuff, and then he goes with Ramona, and he like was making himself kind of at home in Ramona's house. And I'm like, dude, you just move on from one person to the next. You're a hobosexual. You just need a place to crash, so you get in a relationship, or you use your relationships to do that. So that was just one of my takeaways from it. Was like, I didn't realize it, but yeah, you are this. You are definitely this, Scott. But I like Ramona better. I like her better. Like I loved her in the movie, but we didn't get a lot from her, and I love her better. Like I could like fuck Scott. I don't really care about him. I don't care where like what his contribution to the plot is. I like Ramona. You got me stuff I knew. I love one. Got me a ton of heart. That's awesome. That's amazing, Ash. Oh, can I say? I'm gonna butcher this, and I apologize in advance, Missy. Marhaba. If I said that right, yay. If not, I'm so sorry. I'm still sorry. Marhaba. I'm gonna just keep saying it till I get confirmation if it was wrong or right. And I maybe just said a dirty word in Turkish, so who knows? It may be one of those big fat Greek wedding moments where you're told to say one thing and it means something completely different. It was just a joke, sorry. I would love to go to Turkey though. Like, yeah, it's on my list of places to go. I had a friend who was from Turkey in a roundabout way. I say roundabout because he was born in the U.S., raised some of his life in the U.S., lived in Turkey for a few years, and his family was from Turkey, but then he came back to the U.S., and that's where he stayed, so. But he totally has, like, he can speak Turkish, and he has, like, when he speaks English, like, you would never know that he originally lived in the U.S. for, like, the first part of his life. Yeah. Like, you would never know. You would think that he had always been in Turkey and came over to... No, he was born in New York, I think he said, or somewhere, like, in the East Coast. I don't know why New York came to... Oh, no. Hell's Kitchen when they said New York. But anyway, somewhere on the East Coast, and then moved to Turkey with his mom and dad and older brother and sister, and then came back. But I would love to go. He always spoke very, very positively about his country, so made me want to go. Who knows? Someday maybe. I need $1 million though. Need $1 million though. Like to see it. Yeah, right? There are a lot of places I'd like to see. I'd like to see Japan. I'd like to see Turkey. I'd like to see Greece. I'd like to see Europe. When I say Europe, I just mean collectively most of those countries. So I would just like to go on a tour of most of the world. So Wolf is in chat but watching. I love it. Love to see a lot of places in the UK. That's one of the. I'd love to go to UK, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, parts of France, Germany, Belgium. I'd like to go to a lot of places, but I need a lot of money, and I don't have that. I have big dreams, very small pocketbook. Hopefully someday. I'm working on going to Japan in the next 5 years or so. I want my daughter a little bit older before I take her to Japan, just because she's 5 right now, and the biggest thing about Japan is they're very quiet, and while I can pick up on that and follow that rule for the most part, my 5-year-old cannot right now. And that's fine, she's 5, but you know, a 5-year-old in the US is different from a 5-year-old in Japan. So I just don't want her to get like, I just want her to be old enough to understand, no, we have to be quiet, because in Japan they want you to be quiet. Yeah, that's the person. Big dreams for money. Exactly. That's all of us right now. Turkey is a good country. Yeah, it is. Japan is beautiful. So I keep hearing, so I keep seeing, and I'd love to go. Hello. Want to go to Korea? I'd actually like to go to Korea too. I know, I see vlogs all the time, and I'm like, how do you have the money? What do you do so I can get the money too, so I can go to these places? That's what I want. I want to know what these people do for a living so I can do it, and then I can get the money to go to Japan and stuff like that. Or get paid to go to Japan. I'd love to be paid to go to Japan. But, you know, that won't happen. Me and my boyfriend will probably save up money to go to Japan one day because we're. Yep. That's. I think that's why a lot of Americans go over to Japan. Because they want to be. They love anime, which is perfectly fine. Just, yeah. I kind of want to go also for like the food and the culture part of it. Like, I really want to try their food because I love Asian cuisine. That's probably my top three. You don't necessarily need to learn Japanese, I don't think. I mean, a lot of, like, because they get so many tourists over there that speak English, not just from the US, but from all over, a lot of their spaces have English translations on, like, the subways and the streets and everything, so you should be pretty fine there. Plus, if you have any type of modern phone, the Translate app is pretty good. So you can still learn Japanese if you want to, but you don't necessarily need it to get around Japan anymore. It's been there's a lot of translation that's gone on, which is nice. Do be aware though, there are a lot of places they don't want foreigners, so it will say no foreigners, and they're allowed to do that. You can't get mad at them for it. So just be aware. There are a lot of places that don't want foreigners in it. So, or I've also heard some of them will they will like have a time when they want foreigners there. That one's a little more rare, but the flat out no foreigners thing is very common. And it will say in like every language that they can think of no foreigners. Do I know Hasbin Hotel or Hello? I know both of them, and I love both of them very much. It can, Ethan, it can. But, you know, don't feel like you have to learn the language to go to the country. You can go to the country and still appreciate the culture as is without having to learn the language. Learn it if you want, definitely. But don't feel like you have to do it in order to go there. You don't. Not anymore. I can't even say we ever really did, because look at the fucking world. Like, plenty of people went, invaded other places without ever knowing the language or culture, and they, you know, didn't get a flying flag. Not trying to make light, but I'm just like, I was thinking about, like, no, people have never cared before. Yeah, they really haven't. We're more considerate nowadays, but again, I just don't want people to think, like, or to feel like you have to do this in order to go somewhere. Like, you don't. There's no gatekeeping on that one. Do they appreciate it? Yes. Well, some countries appreciate it, I'm sure. Some don't. But at the same time, I mean, I know in the US you don't have to know English to live here. Like, it's not a requirement. In Canada, you can know French and English, and I mean in Quebec, they almost speak exclusively French, but they make accommodations for English speakers too, because they know there are people that go there that speak English. So you don't have to know French to go to Quebec, but it doesn't hurt, but you know, you don't have to. I do miss going to Quebec. Quebec was nice. It was really weird being there because it really was very, like, there was a lot of French. But their French isn't the same as French in France. It's like, let's just say this. I had a French teacher in college, and I think I've told the story, that my French teacher knew I learned French from somebody who was from Montreal. It's pretty distinct. Oh, I'm not saying it couldn't be. It's just, I don't want you to feel like you have to. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to do something in order to go or do something else that they want to. No. Enjoy it. Do whatever you want. Within reason. Don't hurt anybody. But anyway, my lovely little Titans, it is that time. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys had a fun night. I enjoyed talking with all of you. And I will hopefully see you next time. Have a great night, a great week, and bye-bye.